Hello, everyone.
Yay, what's up?
Hey, happy Music Monday. We're here with Sensi Trails.
Yes, correct.
Awesome.
You said it right.
I always forget to ask how to say things before we go live, and then I just go for it and see what the bad New York accent does for you. Where are you guys? You guys are on tour in Ohio, but where are you based out of?
Based out of San Diego currently.
Nice. San Diego.
Yeah. Southern California. Sunny Southern California.
Yeah. Soaking in that sunshine. And then where are you guys all originally from? Because I know, Jay, you're from Port Washington, right? And then where are you from, Kai?
I'm from San Diego. Actually born and raised in San Diego.
Awesome. And then Kyle, what about you?
I was born in Virginia.
Virginia? Jordan?
Yeah. Colorado Springs, Colorado.
All right. Repping all over the place.
Yeah. Had the whole map filled in.
Nice. So for everyone that's just joining us in the chat, just give them a little rundown. Who are you guys? What kind of music do you play? What do you do? Who are you?
Who wants to go for it?
Oh, man. John, why don't you tell him?
Yeah, Johnny's good at explaining that.
Oh, man. Who are we? Well,
What's your 20-second elevator pitch?
man, I wish I could boil it all down to 20 seconds. I guess like the group kind of came from a sort of reggae background. Well, Kyle started out on the East Coast doing acoustic gigs on the Outer Banks, and then had started the band over there, but then wasn't really going anywhere. So he came out to California, met up with Kaya and Jordan. They were killing it for like 3 years. And then the music.
And then we got Johnny.
Yeah. So,
Yours truly.
now, since I've joined the band and like in the past year or so, we've been playing kind of like doing some more like rock and jam kind of stuff, like psychedelic surf rock type stuff, not strictly reggae. We kind of take pride in having an eclectic sound.
Yeah, we're a bunch of kids that love playing music, and we like to play stuff that sounds good to us. So we try to keep ourselves out of a box, so we can kind of do whatever we please, and everybody will accept that,
Definitely not trying to drill down to like one specific sound or genre.
Awesome. Nonconformist. I take it.
And just to reiterate that question, Matt wants to know, who are you really?
So we really.
I think what you see is what you get with us. For better or for worse.
Yeah.
So the Instagram versus reality, it's just all reality for you guys?
Yeah.
This is our life.
So speaking of which, you guys are on tour right now. And I was lucky enough to get to see you in Manhattan, and the show was awesome. And I did notice, like you said, that we had some different genres going on, because your recordings that I've been rocking out to on Spotify were like freaking amazing. All the reggae vibes, all the good vibes. And then your live show, you had some more, like there was a little bit of country thrown in, there was a little bit of jam, there was a little rock thrown in, all different kind of stuff. So a lot of good vibes going on.
We kind of feel like if we're having a good time and we're enjoying ourselves, and
Well,
will also enjoy it.
Well, what you said, that kind of describes each of us. Jordy came from like a punk kind of background, like I came from a more rock and roll background. Kyle came from a more like country kind of background. Johnny was classically trained and like, all that. So we all kind of have different styles that we add to it. Johnny likes the jam band kind of stuff. So added a whole nother influence of that in there. It's like collectively all of our styles is what you get with Sensi Trails. It's kind of each one of us has a little sparkle in there.
Yeah. When I started to hear the little country influence, all of a sudden I looked up in the banner and I saw the rodeo rope going in there. I was like, oh, it clicked. Like, all right, there's that.
The image that you saw, somebody was talking to me after one of the shows one day, and they were like, so what's your sound? And I looked down, and a poster with that image was sitting there, and I was like, this is what we sound like. A fucking space cowboy lassoing the name of or whatever, lassoing something coming from outer space in a on a horse, right? So it's like a little bit of country, a little bit of psychedelic jam with a little bit of reggae with the cactuses or something. I don't know where the reggae really
sort of like,
but yeah, it was
spirit of
at the time
adventure.
it was a great explanation.
So,
it's sort of
so
like-
with your varied backgrounds, you were just at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So why don't you each of you say one thing you thought was really cool, each of you, and let's see how different it was.
Wow. I got to think about that.
Well, for me, I'll start. I got to see this exhibit where Jerry Garcia had. I didn't realize that he was really into digital design, and so like when the paint software first came out on the Macintosh, he was experimenting with that like in the mid '90s and was like way ahead of. Before a lot of people really knew about this technology, and so he had created all these different pieces that they were put on exhibit there, and I thought that was really neat.
Nice.
Another thing that kind of was super cool is they had the stage setting from the Wall tour that Pink Floyd did.
That was really
So
cool.
like the huge bricks and the big floaty guy that came out over the stage,
Mhm.
and it was like the actual stage setup that they used on that whole tour, which is pretty badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Annie and I saw that wall fall on people.
Yeah,
And,
we were at that show.
Where was that? The garden?
No, it was at Nassau Coliseum.
Let's go see.
That was
Yeah.
Roger Waters' The Wall. Yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, they had all roped off section, and people, of course, were like, I'm going to go closer. And they jumped over the rope to go into it, and then the wall fell on all of them.
Oh, so it wasn't at a
Oh my
concert; it was at a
God.
museum.
No, it was at the concert. Yeah,
At
they
the
built the wall
concert.
at every concert. Yeah.
And then they break the wall, and then it fell on people.
Hopefully it's cardboard.
Oh,
Yeah, I think it's just
Oh, it wasn't-
cardboard or something.
It was. I felt it. It was hard. It was solid wood.
Look at it.
Yeah, I was like,
That might
I
have
wonder
been a
how this.
replica, though. It might have
He said it was the legit
Was
one.
it?
It was the one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what happens when you jump over the rope and go where you're not supposed to go, right?
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, what about you, Jordan?
Well, I guess there were two favorite things. I really enjoyed seeing they had Ringo Starr's drum kit from 1969 on display, and that was really cool to see. And then another thing I thought was cool, being as I'm a drummer, which I thought was interesting, was we went to a little exhibit up top where they had 4 iconic guitar players in their stage rig, how it was set up for them to play a show. And then each above it was like a TV screen that kind of each one broke it down how they play the way they do. And Tom Morello was one of them, and he's been one of my favorite guitar players for a long time. Getting all the sounds that he had, he kind of broke it down. Oh, this is how I got this sound. This is how this came from, and it was just a very cool educational thing to.
He used an
exposed
Allen
to.
wrench to play his guitar.
Yeah,
That was
Like
cool.
to get some of that crazy Rage Against the Machine sound, he used an
Mhm.
Allen.
Mm.
I was watching the video when he was watching it too. Like,
Nice.
yeah, some crazy cool knowledge. There was another one with Eddie Van Halen too, and we saw his pedal board. Me and John were geeking out over the pedal board for a minute. Like it was wizardry, the way it was all routed and like everything.
Yeah.
He was a genius, like
Mhm.
100% genius when it came to sound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm having trouble deciding between Jerry Garcia's guitars and Jimi Hendrix's like actual little note where he like was writing Purple Haze.
Mhm.
It was just, to see the instruments and like the handwriting and the tools of like your heroes. It's just like a really powerful thing. It brought back all the years where I was like listening to that music and trying to learn it, and like I kind of felt like, wow, like I'm standing inches away from this person's energy. Like, I really believe that like somebody's energy stays in the instrument that they play, or if you write words on a page, like your energy is in those words in some way. So
Absolutely.
very inspiring to me.
I felt that
So-
looking at the people that had written like the original lyrics.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like,
same
holy
stuff.
shit.
We were listening to Big Shot on the way to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and then I saw the OG lyrics written out
Yeah.
of Big Shot and the like what they crossed out and rewrote stuff.
Billy
And like
Joel.
that's Billy Joel. I
Yeah,
was
yeah,
listening to it on the way there, and then I saw the paper that was like what he read it on.
Great.
yeah.
The hell.
So I used to work at a music store, and we had this whole big room of used instruments. Like there was the regular section, and then you walk into this room, and we had some really old vintage stuff in there. And depending on what instruments were in there, you'd walk in and feel a completely different vibe in there. Like
Huh.
their soul came with the instruments. Like it almost like sometimes you'd walk in and you would feel like a spirit in there. Like it would seem haunted. And they had these like we had some old like lutes and some old things for like instruments, guitars from the 1800s and some
Right.
even older and stuff.
Soul into music, and like when you're using that same instrument for so long, it's like part of you's in that.
Yep.
Right.
It was like you walked in and you felt that person would use that instrument. Like
It's almost like
crazy.
it's like a funk, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy. So what's the favorite city you guys have been to so far?
Favorite city.
Oh man.
I really loved. We went to this place called Jackknife Island, and it was up in Seattle. And we took our van on a ferry to get there, so it was like super secluded. I guess it was the spot where before it was legalized up there, everybody would grow weed on that little island. So everybody on the island's like hippies and super cool.
Nice.
In an Airbnb, and like we showed up and they had like dab rig and bongs and stuff ready for us. Like it was all decked out. Super cool spot. We stayed there for like 3 days, and it like rained while we were there. We got some pictures out in the forest. There's like 3 different forests on the island. Just a really cool spot, and definitely would go back there and check that out just for vacation. Because
Cool.
that whole the Pacific Northwest is like my favorite spot in the United States.
Hmm.
Like trees and mountains and ocean, and just it's so nice.
Yeah, you got like the perfect mix out there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Which honestly, we saw the Niagara Fall the other night, and that was really cool. But I mean, the big Northwest is much.
Yeah. Did you guys go on the Maid of the Mist? Or whatever the boats are over there to go onto the falls?
No, we parked at at a hotel that was right next to it on the United States side.
Mhm.
Me and Jordan don't have our passports yet until we get
Gotcha.
back. Yeah, so we stayed on the American side and checked it out at night, which it was still super like intense, and like you could feel it. It's just like the base of all the water falling. It's like pretty intense. We've got to see some really cool stuff when we've been pulling it.
Yeah, how long have you guys been out on this run?
This run specifically since March, but
Okay.
we were on tour in January for a week, and then all February, and then we came back for 5 days and started this tour.
So really since January.
Yeah, so kind of since January. We're back. We have a couple one-offs in May, and then we're back on the road once we leave Cali Roots at the end of May until August. So
We've definitely not been spending a lot of time at home,
Yeah,
more so than we have been on the road touring.
right. I
Which is
feel like
cool.
you guys are getting a good balance though. I see some like off days where you guys can gallivant around and go see some sights, which is good.
yeah, like right now this is our weekend. We're on Sunday.
Yeah.
School tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you get your homework done?
Cool night.
Yeah, we do a lot.
We did, honestly.
I want to say hi to everyone in the chat. We got Jayla and Mighty Jammer and Matt's here, and
Hi,
wait,
guys.
that wasn't it. Hello guys, Jessica's here.
How can you see the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, click over to comments
Yeah.
up on the right.
Yeah, so if anyone has any questions
Hey,
for anyone, feel free to throw them in the chat, and we'll
Got it. All right.
but yeah, if you guys see the chat, then it'll be
Who are
all of
you?
the streaming services.
Anybody answer that? I feel like that's an impossible question to answer. Who
What's
is
that?
it, really?
I guess it depends on who you ask.
That's
Yeah.
like implies that it's a permanent thing, but aren't we always changing?
Well, here's a way for them to get to know you. What's your favorite dinosaur?
Rex.
Pterodactyl.
Day.
Wow. I don't know. Triceratops?
Okay.
Velociraptor.
How about you, Annie?
I still go with pterodactyl.
I would say Triceratops because that's my goddaughter's favorite. So now I
There
love
you go.
Triceratops.
Why can't you hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Uh,
Because the P is silent.
There you go.
I was seconds away from
Oh,
that.
that is a very clean joke.
Yeah. Does the megalodon count?
I'll count it.
Yeah, it's a shark.
It's like an ancient shark.
Yeah.
Biggest
Sure.
was.
Yeah, I mean, dude, what about a Komodo dragon?
A
Technically,
Komodo dragon?
yeah, they're kind of like
there a reason?
dinosaurs.
Alligators are technically dinosaurs.
Right.
This is true. And
Yeah.
birds, I think. I saw something today that apparently was news since like 2016, but I just found out. Apparently the Brontosaurus is not a dinosaur, but that it's back being a dinosaur. I don't know, something like that.
It's like Pluto isn't a planet.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah.
Poor Pluto.
It's like part of Potosaurus. I don't know. It's my fave, so I want it to be a dinosaur. Pluto's my favorite planet too.
Just leave it the way it is.
So leave it be, right? Favorite planets. What's everyone's favorite planet?
Saturn.
Man, I gotta say Pluto because give it up for the little guy.
You're right.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
No, honestly, I'd probably say
Uranus.
Neptune. Neptune.
I'm gonna go with Mother Earth.
Right, all right.
Nice.
As odd as it is, I think you were the first and only person I've ever heard actually say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one thinks of home.
Yeah, how wonderful place we live.
Yeah.
I would go to Saturn too. I want to know what's on the rings.
Right. I feel like
Yeah.
Saturn's just got a vibe. I fuck with Saturn. That's all. It's usually-
Hey, this is a PG audience. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a question in the chat. Matt would like to know, are there any other arts for you guys?
Any other arts? I
Any
mean,
painting? Anyone a dancer?
I garden. I got a really dope garden.
Nice.
All right. What are we growing?
All kinds of stuff. I grow a bunch of herb, and then I grow tomatoes and strawberries and peppers and onions and garlic. And I got like a 20-foot greenhouse that's all irrigated, so I got all
Sweet.
kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's like what I like to do when I go home. It's just chill at the house and do my gardening and work on stuff.
Nice. Play in the dirt.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I used to paint and draw a lot as a kid, like for many years, even throughout high school. But I stopped. Like I pretty much full committed to music at some point.
Nice.
How about you guys, Jordan, Kyle?
Arts outside of me. I did used to skateboard as a kid, and like John said, I was in drawing, but drumming has kind of been the one thing that I've been really adamant lately about wanting to get better at and put more of my time into. As
Jordy's
As
always
things go
drumming.
on.
He's always drumming. Every time. His hands are always he's got a practice pad that never stops.
I don't have it with me now, but if I did, I'd probably have drumsticks in my hands, not able to stop
Yeah. That's
moving them.
Jordy always.
Said, hey, we got to do a podcast. Let's put the drumsticks down.
Got to put the straight jacket on, tie your hands behind you. Right.
I guess I don't know, as far as a hobby outside of music, I do enjoy reading, and I like to cook good food when I'm at home.
Nice. What's your best thing that you cook?
I can do a pretty mean hamburger helper.
I made a chicken piccata once.
That was actually really good. I'll second that. I was there.
No, I like to do anything that's just I have kind of a small kitchen to work with in my apartment at home, so anything that's kind of I like to do classic grilled chicken and broccoli and some mashed potatoes maybe, or just anything that's quick that you can kind of throw together fast and easy, but also healthy in the kitchen, I guess.
Nice.
I
I'll
don't
have to have you on. I just started a thing called Two Hungry Drummers. We just made an Instagram. It's me and our friend Chris from Craving Strange, another band. So next time you're in New York or we're in California, we'll have to have you on there. Cook some stuff.
I would love to. Yeah.
Jordy, you're better than that.
Better than what, Jess?
Better than Hamburger Helper, I guess.
Hi, Jess. Hi,
Hey
Tim.
Jess, how you doing?
Tim and Jess Azzy. Those are great people.
Do you guys know Tim and Jess?
No, we don't.
And Jess are the OGs.
Yeah, they run the Sensi Trailblazers page.
Okay.
And there's just the list goes on, the things that they do for
management,
us.
merch,
Yes, every
general life support.
yeah, it's just the friend that you need when you need the friend.
Nice. Good to know. What's up, Jess?
The members of the band you don't get to see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the people behind the curtain.
Right?
Yeah.
We're like the Wizard of Oz. They're pulling all the strings. Yeah. We're just
Yes.
puppets. We actually don't even play our instruments. They do it remotely.
All right, so when we're in your town,
You just there for show.
making us some veggie stir fry.
Yeah.
That sounds.
Oh,
Count me in.
yeah.
All right.
I love a good stir fry.
Yeah, we like.
Annie's obsessed with her air fryer. What have you made lately?
Nothing. No, I gave up on it. I'm bad with my air fryer. I'm just not good at cooking. It's just not in the cards for me. So,
In an air fryer.
what's that?
Salmon in an air fryer.
Yes. Saturn in the air fryer.
That's good.
Yeah.
Kyle, what about you? Any other arts?
Let's see. I like writing a lot. Spend a lot of time writing, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I like to surf when I'm home, get in the ocean, frolic around a little bit, Yeah.
Nice. What are we drinking?
When he's at home.
Yeah. I feel like the ocean is like
frolicking in the ocean.
Yeah, it's a healing thing. It really is. It's like a good place to kind of reset and recharge. So.
Yeah.
The beach.
Definitely that. Those Cali vibes. So what's everyone drinking today? Cheers.
What are we drinking?
Yeah.
It's from the last show we were at.
It was in Pittsburgh.
Icy
Yeah,
Light.
Icy Light. They're like a local brand.
Drink some coffee prior to this.
It's
Nah.
right, but cheers.
I'm double fisting the coffees here.
2 coffee.
I have my Christmas
This one was almost done, so I mean,
Christmas water.
Annie has 1 cup.
I have one Starbucks cup and it's Christmas themed, and that's all I drink out of.
That signature.
All year.
Very festive.
Yeah.
There.
The cup's got to match the hair. So
Yeah. Well, Starbucks matched my hair, so it was good.
Background matches your hair too.
Yeah, it's
You got like some red clouds going on here.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
Mhm.
Matt. Yep. Yeah.
You can read it. I'm coughing.
So while Annie does, what's your least favorite vegetable? And Matt wants to know.
favorite vegetable.
Probably eggplant.
Yeah. That and
For me,
squash.
at least. Like, I like
Least.
I would say eggplant, or like when asparagus is cooked wrong. Sometimes it's just not right.
Favorite vegetable.
What's the right way to cook asparagus?
Just when it's not all like soggy and floppy and stringy. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's
Oh, I
like
like it floppy.
Probably stringy.
yeah, when it's
asparagus
fresh
before.
and like crisp, like. But sometimes I think it's like steamed. And they just
Yeah.
like put it on the grill and like get it cooked a little bit.
Nice.
Juice.
I like putting some like breadcrumbs and cheese and throwing it in the oven.
Ooh, fire.
Yeah.
What vegetable?
It sounds appetizing.
Yeah, I guess
And,
eggplant
like,
has got to be the worst
yeah,
one,
it's-
right?
Like contrary to
But is
popular
eggplant
belief,
a fruit?
what are those things called that we've been eating? Brussels sprouts.
The
are actually
fried
really
Brussels
good.
sprouts.
Yeah, a lot of
That has been a
good.
new
Those are
thing.
good.
Recently, I've been going to all these different restaurants, and if they have it, order it because they're always different at every restaurant, and it's
Yeah.
time bomb.
It's good.
But they have to be fried, not like baked.
You
Fried.
fry it in the little skillet with like balsamic.
It's like
kinda-
flash fried.
Yeah.
Okay.
I did make Brussels sprouts in the air fryer that weren't bad. But yeah, with balsamic and some Parmesan cheese, that's always good.
I don't think I've ever had fried ones. I've had like sauteed,
You can do it yourself.
like a
and
little brown sugar on it.
if you use a pot and oil, and then you can do it yourself at home too.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah,
Deep fry it or anything.
yeah.
Those on the regular.
Frozen Brussels sprouts are disgusting. They have to be fresh.
Horrible. And then when you cook,
Yes.
your house smells horrible after too.
Yes, disgusting. It smells like farts. It has to be fresh.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. That's exactly what it smells like.
What your food smell like booty?
What is broccoli rabe a vegetable, I guess? A vegetable
Yeah.
dish? I don't like that.
Wow.
Broccoli
It's really
rabe.
good for you.
Broccoli's a very good thing. You should eat your
Brock-
broccoli.
Broccoli's good, but the broccoli rabe is not good.
Broccoli rabe, I feel, is more like spinach.
broccoli
Like it's more stringy and
Oh,
when it's cooked.
That's
Never
like
had that.
broccolini, right?
I don't know what it is.
Is that the same thing?
noodles are made from broccoli. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, now we're talking about noodles.
She
Wait,
said
what?
Well, now we're talking about noodles.
No, she said rabe. Like broccoli, RABE, I think it's spelled.
No, it's a different plant.
Oh, I don't know.
It's
what you're
also called a rapini, according to
Are we
Google.
going on right now?
I did a Google, but yeah, it's not
Yeah.
it's not a broccoli. It's just a different plant.
Oh, well, so I've never tried that, so I cannot tell you if I
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never even heard that.
So it's like
It's not
broccoli.
good.
Yeah, we should call an expert. This is not.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, can we
expert.
phone a friend over this?
Can we phone anyone in the chat a cooking expert? Okay.
Who's heard of this?
Uh,
This is new.
Grumpy says, I guess this is referring to my cup as being perfect for pumpkin
Oh.
spice
On the same
flavored
page.
water. But are you guys into pumpkin spice? I'm not.
Yeah.
Is that the Starbucks thing?
Yeah, that's
I
good.
guess.
That's
I think it's everyone.
Pumpkin flavored anything.
Everyone has a pumpkin spice thing
Yeah.
Well,
at this point.
I like it. I like
It's like
pumpkin
good
pie
around
too.
Halloween, but you know.
I'm
Yeah,
a fan.
it's like a Thanksgiving time thing, pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they bring it in too early, it's like
Yeah, you can't do what I did years ago. I went crazy with the pumpkin and bought out like all the stock that every store had of pumpkin spice coffee and was drinking it all year, to the point where then I pumpkined myself out and couldn't have pumpkin anything for like 3 years.
Over pumpkin.
I over pumpkined myself.
yeah, I've done that. Not with pumpkin spice, but I've definitely like overdone.
Yeah, I couldn't
Weird
drink it for like
drink
3
and I'm
years.
Yeah.
Now I'm back though, but now it's very short time.
Pumpkin Spice Anonymous.
Yeah, I had to go to like, meetings about the pumpkin, yeah, it was bad.
PSA. Pumpkin
Yeah,
spice.
yeah. Pumpkin Spice Anonymous, yes. But now it's Halloween, Thanksgiving, and then it's done.
Yeah.
You're working on it.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys
Annie,
coffee drinkers?
Coffee
Yeah,
drinkers?
they all drink. I
Yeah.
don't really drink coffee, but they all drink coffee.
7 cups a day.
Lately, I haven't.
what? Who just
I
said 7 cups?
This guy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The two
Is
of
that
them-
real?
All day long. Like I love it. It's great.
It's definitely
I
been a
wrote a
coffee
song
drinking
about
day
it.
here in Cleveland. It's
Oh,
been
shit, there's
snowing
actually
and
some
rainy.
left. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Coffee.
Oh, that was cold.
How do you drink it? How do you drink your coffee?
Big black.
Black. No cream or sugar necessary. Just straight raw bean juice.
All right.
Bean juice. Annie, Matt wants to know, how long have you had that cup?
Since they released this
All right.
cup.
Few years now.
2 years, but I got 2, so this is actually the second one. Because the other one, all the print like came off of it.
Hand wash or dishwash?
Hand wash. I don't have a dishwasher.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good way to preserve it.
You have a New York accent, and something that we found was kind of interesting was that Siri actually changes her voice and accent based on what region you're in.
What?
You know,
Yeah, when we
Does
were
it
in,
really?
you know what?
Siri put in that we were going to a Target to get a few things, and it was like starting to road to Target. Like I swear, it's a real thing.
It was hilarious. We got it on video too.
Yeah,
Sounds
right
like you were in Boston.
It went away. What's that?
Sounds like you were in Boston. I shut my Siri off because I can't stand it, so I wouldn't notice that.
My example of the accent was not great, but to me, like the New England accent is kind of all like just the way I hear it. It's very similar, but I mean I know there's different dialects based on where you are.
You know,
Yeah, if you're in New York, it's got to be like an aw sound. Like everything is AW. You walk the dog, you get a coffee.
Yeah, that's how it was. But it's really crazy. I mean, then we got to Ohio, it's not that anymore. It's different. Just like
Yeah.
I've had to ask people some of the times when they're talking and they have an accent, like do we sound like we have an accent to you? Because you definitely have an accent to me. I'm like, yeah, you have an accent. That's crazy. Like, it's crazy to me that I just feel like we talk normal because that's where I'm
Perception
from.
is everything. Right?
But it's like then I go into another place and everybody has an accent, but I'm the one with an accent to them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
To them, it's just how everybody talks, and I'm like the outcast. It's like weird to see that to live both sides of it,
Oh yeah. But now that you said that, Siri's been a little rude to me lately, which goes with the New York thing. I ask, and I'm trying to like cover my phone. Hey Siri, and she just goes, mm-hmm. Like, hey, that's all she does. She goes, mm-hmm, or
Can you say this in real time?
let's see. Hey Siri.
Wow. I never heard that. See, the updates are coming a long way. It's like almost like they're becoming human now.
Yeah, I was like,
Scared.
when did you get rude? Like,
Did you have a fight with her? Or you guys
Yeah.
beefing?
I guess so. You know, I turned her off for a little bit, and then I turned her back on. Maybe she's mad now.
Well, I mean, lock
She's
her
right.
away.
She's holding the grudge.
I'll see if she does the. Hey Siri.
Be treated.
No, she does the right now.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I'm waiting for her to be like, what do you want?
I know.
She's going through her teenage years, and she's like over it.
Wow,
They're
it
not
could be.
cool anymore.
What year was
Yeah.
Siri born?
How long have you had your phone? Like,
This
Yeah.
is the new. This is the new phone, but I don't know if that's because of that. But I think it's
Y'all
rude.
keep from around.
did you ever ask her like what the deal is? Like, hey, is something wrong?
I tried, and she won't respond to me. So I'm like, can you not talk to me like that? What are you, a teenager? And then she's like, I don't understand you. Okay.
I can't imagine in like 50 years there's probably gonna be like real AI and like your like robot will actually like give you attitude.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably already working on it right now.
Yeah, Elon Musk is probably
Yeah.
already on it.
Grumpy has a comment in here. Can't wait for the update that adds a Deep South Siri that just responds with, y'all ain't from around here, are ya? That'd be great. You put that in the GPS.
We've been through the South and heard that accent a whole lot too. We got a flat tire in Texas, and we actually got a y'all ain't from around here, are ya? When the guy came to change out our tire, and we were all like bundled up in jackets, and he's in like shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, aren't you cold, man? He's like, oh yeah, I ain't from around here, are you? Like, no.
He had shorts on. He was like ready to go surfing.
Yeah. We were broke down in Texas for what, 4 hours?
No, it was like four and a half
4
hours.
hours. Yeah, just on the side of the road, like looking like Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It was like nighttime.
It was
no
black
lights
dark.
out.
Yeah, there was
We-
no lights around. It
We
was
were a 2.5 hour walk from the first like gas station or anything.
close
Oh,
to
man.
the way, yeah.
And just we've been through a couple things on the road.
I want it that way. What song is that?
Oh, that's back.
Backstreet.
Is that what it is?
I want it that way. Tell me why.
No, I'm sorry.
Funny.
We could do the Weird Al version. I bought it on eBay.
I love Weird Al.
Mm-hmm.
All right, weird segue. Not that Weird Al is dead; he's fully alive. But if there is, I had this written down from before that I want to ask you guys. If there's one person that you could bring back from the dead and resurrect to play a song with, do a collaboration, perform a show with, whatever, who would it be?
Jerry Garcia.
I was gonna say Jerry too. Yeah.
Oh, man.
It would have, yeah. Fuck.
It would be Hendrix.
It would have to be for me to see.
Yeah,
that.
Jerry Garcia.
I'd
for
want to.
sure.
I'd just have to see that.
To sit in with Jerry would be sick. Is
No,
that what
but
you're
the
saying?
whole, but the whole thing.
Wait,
the
are you
whole
saying is
deal.
he gonna play with us? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To see, I would want to
Imagine
see. I
jamming
would want
with
to see
Jerry.
the whole band
Jamming with
play.
Jerry.
Like Jerry live with the dead, like see that whole thing. Be back
Jamming
in
with Jerry
time
would be
during
sick,
that
too.
time. That would be.
What's dinging? What is that?
That's the messages coming through.
Oh, it's like someone cooking in the air fryer.
Dinner's ready.
I wonder if you could cook popcorn in an air fryer.
Ooh, that'd be
You
good.
can. I tried it. It's not that great.
The best way to cook popcorn is the raw kernels with coconut oil on the stove.
Mm,
Best way to do it.
I used to have one.
That's
of
how
those
they do it
air
in the
ones.
movie theater. They use coconut oil. Fun.
really?
Raw popcorn from Mag.
All right. I was gonna try it with some like olive oil and rosemary.
Yeah.
Matt says Prince, 100%.
Ooh, Prince. Oh yeah. So we saw Prince's guitar. We saw a couple of his outfits. Some of his like shoes that he wore. There was a lot of the stuff in the rock and roll exhibit. I don't know how close are you guys to Cleveland? I forgot where we had met.
Is it like 10 hours from us?
Yeah. But we've been there before. We remember we
Yeah.
we nominated ourselves For the
We
Hall of
did.
Fame?
Yeah, did you see that thing? It like lets you select an artist to pick for the next Hall of Fame induction.
You selected, man, we should have done that.
Yeah, we did ourselves.
But
Yeah.
when we walked in, John was like, "We're here for the inauguration."
We're here for the induction
Or the
ceremony.
induction, yeah, that's what he said, the induction ceremony.
Yep.
But what's cool, I don't know if any of you guys knew this, but if you're a musician on the road, if you bring your tour laminate, when you walk in and show them your tour laminate, you get in for free.
Yep.
You and up to five other people. So for any of you musicians on the road, go check out the Hall of Fame. It's free and it's a good little history lesson.
Yeah, do it.
Take advantage.
So, did you guys miss the show when you broke down in Texas?
No.
No, we were headed to
We
Colorado.
were on our way out of Texas.
Ah,
Yeah, we met.
It was a great
Joey
time.
drove through the night.
In fact, it was quite beautiful, really, when we broke down those stars out.
Me and Kyle laid down on the roof of the van and just looked at the stars because it was like a 360 view of the, like, you could see the Milky Way. It was crazy.
Definitely.
Just no lights anywhere.
Definitely the best.
It was
for sure.
honestly a really nice experience. It was a great way to be like, damn, we're really on tour right now. You know?
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
after 3.5 years of being on the road, almost 4 years of being on the road, that's never happened to us before. We've never popped a tire, ever. Not once. You know what I mean? So it was like,
yeah, bound to happen at some time. At some point.
It happened once. Yeah, so we got that out of the way. But yeah, that was just kind of mind blowing to us. We're like, what do we do? Because we didn't have a jack and we didn't have the tool to bring the tire down.
Mhm.
Or we're like, how has this never happened in like three years of being 4 years of touring in this van? It's like kind of bizarre, but now that we have that under our belt, moving forward.
Nice.
Yep, now you know what to do.
Once. Remember that?
Exactly. We handled it well. It's just the tow truck drivers didn't have the proper tools, so they had to send us like 3 different drivers. That's why it took so long.
It's the worst.
And we
Well,
were
yeah, when it happened to our van, that's when you found out we didn't even have a spare.
Yeah, they sold me a brand new minivan I got doesn't come with a spare anymore. You have to buy it separate. And I was like, well, I would have bought it had you guys told me that there's no car. Like there's no thing under here.
No donut, no
Nothing,
spare,
nothing.
nothing. Here's a patch kit.
wow.
Yeah. And then one time I got 2 wheels at the same time, flat, on the way to the studio, and I sat in a parking lot for like 6 hours. But the same thing, they kept sending tow truck drivers with not the right tools, and then finally they towed me.
Wow.
But what a process! They were like, "Well, now you have 2 flats, so we're not allowed to use fix a flat. You only have 1 donut." I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should get more donuts then." Like, ridiculous.
Who rolls around with 2 spares though? Like really?
I know.
Yeah,
What is
forget the
that?
tires. Just get me a box of donuts, and I'll sit
give
there
me
and
a
eat
box
it
of
while you
donuts.
change the tire.
Yeah.
Early pothole. Was it 2 tires on the same side, or
I
like
You hit a curb, huh?
both the back or both the front?
I think you drove through a construction site when that happened,
Something.
right? Wasn't it nails?
I was getting off the highway, and I think there was
But which tires were that pop?
they were both on the passenger side, both passenger sides.
So it was like one gnarly pothole that hit both wheels.
I guess so. That's New York.
Yeah.
That is true. I actually woke up once we got into New York because the van was shaking so crazy from all the potholes. I woke up like, where the hell are we? I thought we were like singing something, and no, we were just in New York.
Doing kick flips.
I was like getting air off the bed.
Yeah, in the back, like when we go over a bump, we have like a back. Sometimes you
Speaking of donuts, what is your favorite donut?
jelly.
I like the jelly one and the maple bars.
Oh yeah. Traditional.
Maple bars.
The maple bar is the shit.
I've never had one of those.
Really? You guys?
No.
I live next to that like famous.
Oh yeah, I live
That
next.
like voodoo donut?
No, I live next to Mary's Donuts. There's one. There's 2 in East County, San Diego. But I just looked up like the donuts on Yelp, and I guess Mary's Donuts is like one of the highest rated donut shops there is. So
Ooh.
yeah.
All
they have
right.
bars.
We'll add that to our tour map. We kind of we route our tours around like, what you want to see, what food you want to eat, and then you pick that city.
I don't know how much of a destination spot Sensi is, but the donuts at Mary's Donuts are worth it if you get out that way.
Donuts.
All right.
Yeah.
But so what brings you to this small town to play a show? The donuts.
Donuts.
Donuts came out here for that.
I like the good Boston cream.
New York, San Diego.
Dude, everyone. Pretty much anything to do with chocolate. I'm trying to read the comments.
Yes.
Yeah, they want to know how you guys met. I think you briefly talked about this before, but how'd you guys meet?
We all met on the internet.
Basically through the internet, yeah.
On Tinder?
Actually,
That's what we call
On
it.
musicians Tinder.
How did you
Musicians
know?
Tinder.
Did you already know that?
No.
What?
Oh, that's so funny because we tell people that all the time.
Do you?
But it's a website called Bandmix, and it's pretty much like a Tinder kind of thing. It's like you have your little profile, what you like to do, your picture, what you play, and it's just a way for musicians to be able to contact each other and be able to link up. And so I had put myself on there like a while ago, and a bunch of stuff was just, most of the stuff I got on there was just nothing I was interested in, And then Kyle had hit me up and said something about needing a bassist for a reggae band. And I was like, sent him my number. He messaged me back pretty much right away. And within the next week, I went down to OB, and he like sat on the floor in his apartment. He just like moved in, no furniture, nothing. Sat there and jammed for like 20 minutes, and fucking next thing you know, Sensi shows.
Nice. I thought you guys were joking. This is great. You actually met on the internet. That's awesome.
And he had met Jordan like a week before that, and they had jammed a little bit. And
I called Jordan. I was like, I think we found our guy.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Jordy
but-
actually called you. Just
Oh yeah,
randomly.
that's right. Yeah.
We were jamming. Jordy randomly called him, and I overheard the conversation and being like, "Yeah, I think this is our dude."
Yeah, we all swiped right on each other pretty much.
Yeah, we swiped right.
Well, until
At that point.
John Fleece came along.
Yeah, and actually the first, I didn't even have my own bass or bass amp or any of that. And that following week we went on a tour. Jordan had work, so he didn't go with us, but it was me and Kyle and a guy named Scotty B. And those 3 or 4 shows we played got me the first bass that I got for this band to actually play for this band.
That's so funny because that's the same thing that happened with our bassist. Our bassist is she was a guitar player, and we just needed a fill-in click, and so we went out and we got a bass amp, and we're like,
saw her on Bandmix, which is funny. I mean, I knew her, but I was looking on Bandmix, which is funny.
yep.
Yeah, and then John, actually, we played a show, and John was there at the show, I think, right? And me and Jordy didn't meet him, but Kyle met him over at the bar and talked to him for a while. And then like a couple years later, or a year later,
We kept running into each other at festivals and stuff. I was playing with like other reggae bands, and we would see each other at festivals. And then when I moved to San Diego, I didn't know anybody, so I reached out to Kyle. We just started hanging out and jamming, and eventually he invited me to a rehearsal.
yeah, John
Nice.
played the show with us on New Year's Eve one year.
Yeah.
And literally, he played that show with us, and then he
He
was
just
part of
hopped
the
on his
band.
sword
He
and
never
ran in the
every
studio.
show after that, he was there, and it was just like, all right, it's part of the band now.
You kidnapped him and kept him in the van. He lives there now, right?
Right? It just worked, and it felt good, and it was like a bunch of people were like, who's this new guy? He fucking shreds. That was like always that was always like, who's that guy? And he like, how does he play so good? We're
The
like,
wonderful Wizard
we
of
got the
Oz.
Wizard Johnny.
Yeah, it's my favorite movie.
Yeah.
So we're actually getting close to the hour mark. So Annie, I'm stealing your line here. Can you guys want to plug all your stuff? Tell us where we can find you on the internet. Tell us all your websites and what you guys got coming up.
Shameless plug time. Go.
Shameless plug time.
Well, we have a tour coming up called From Another Dimension Tour. It's going to be going for June and July. We have all the tour dates posted on our website. So that's a really good start if you're not going to be able to catch us on the end of this tour. We're nearing the end. We have about 8 shows left, I think.
Yeah.
And then we have a couple one-offs in San Diego. If you're anywhere around San Diego, we're playing San Diego THC in Ocean Beach. And then we're playing May Days out in the Joshua Tree area.
And then Cali Roots.
Yeah, we're also playing a show, the very last show on this tour with Fortunate Youth in Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Which Santa Fe Springs, which is kind of the LA area, which is going to be really a good show.
Somewhat of an early set though. We're going on at like 6.
Yeah.
Santa Fe Springs Swap Meet, it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Didn't know
a
that.
rock meets reggae kind of blending of worlds sort of festival, I guess. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's a festival or
Yeah.
just like a.
And then, like
I
they
don't
say,
know.
Cali Roots, which is going to be a big one. Cali Roots is legendary. And then from Cali Roots is when we go on to that June-July tour.
What about all of our pages? So like our Facebook
Yeah.
group, the Sensi Trailblazers.
Yeah, go on that, subscribe to that, and that's
Go on our
that's
fan
how you
group,
see.
yeah.
Yeah, that's how you see everything that we're going to be doing. So
Right.
if you're on the Trailblazers, you don't need me to say anything.
That's where you can interact and like watch live videos and basically all the information on a live basis. Like that's where you get to us. I mean, so it's basically Sensi Trails and everything: Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music.
Awesome. And where do you guys have your merch up? So everyone can support your tour.
Sensi Trails, like the Trailblazers,
At
or
the
the
shows, yeah.
website, our SensiTrails.com.
Yeah, that's the best place to get it.
Awesome.
Best place to get
right
the merch
after
is
you
at
saw
the
us
shows.
play. Yeah.
Well, sometimes we have items for sale at shows that we don't offer on the internet.
Right.
Yeah,
That's-
and we
that's
sign
what-
it for you, and you take a picture with us, and we give you a big old hug and smile.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Exclusives. Check it out at the show.
Exclusive hugs.
Exclusive hugs.
Yeah,
Free hug with every purchase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Maybe we should take a moment to shout out our sponsors.
Yes.
Grizzly Peak.
Surf Roots TV.
Yeah, check
Screwball.
out Surf Roots TV if you haven't
Follow them
ever
on
heard of
IG.
that. They have an app that you can download. It's on Roku. It's on all the smart TV things. It's also it can be found on your phone. So it's kind
I
of like
watch
an
it all the time.
MTV platform. Like basically think modern day MTV for like reggae rock music.
No advertising.
No,
just
yeah.
music.
It's really cool. It's really cool. So check out Surf Roots.
Smoke Proper.
Also Screwball Whiskey and Smoke Proper
Uh,
and Grizzly Peak. Shout out Grizzly Peak.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice.
Oh.
best weed you can get out there in California.
Yep.
Thank
Premium
Yankees.
indoor flower.
Premium.
Keeping us inspired and on the road and
And
having fun.
sometimes tired.
when you need a nap.
Yep.
Bring donuts.
Who else?
No, I'm just kidding.
Bring donuts for all
Bring-
car trouble.
Yeah.
There's
Yes.
else to do. Yeah.
Free donuts. No, I'm just kidding.
The Police, yes. Stuart Copeland is one of my favorite drummers. Love the Police.
If you're not shunned.
Oh my god.
Yes.
We had like only a few
We're actually listening to rock down the way to the
CDs.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame today.
in the band, and one of them was the Police, right?
Yeah.
Yep, it was the Police.
And,
And that one, the one that Kyle had in the van, the Police, if you haven't looked into their music further than just their popular songs, they do some trippy shit. Like if they, we're listening to it, and I'll be like, "Who is this?" I was like, "It's the Police, man!" Like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
there's a lot of music beyond just the hits. That's really
Yeah,
cool.
and they do all
Yeah.
kinds of cool
Uh,
psychedelic, weird
Yeah.
stuff.
I think the same is
Nice.
true for a lot of bands. You know, they get pigeonholed into their biggest hits, and then like a lot of their other work goes unrecognized. So
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's you should if you like an artist,
Police is
you should
definitely one
definitely
for that
listen to
one,
more
too.
than just the main ones. But that was just surprising to me how out there they were. Like I had no idea. And you'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's still the Police CD." I'm like, damn, dude, these guys are crazy.
So speaking of, are you guys recording anything? I mean, I know you're touring a lot right now, but are there plans in the works to record any new stuff or?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be doing a lot of recording in May, and then
Cool.
we're gonna get back in August. We're gonna be finishing everything up, and hopefully we'll have something presentable by the end of the year.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And what genre are we going towards with that? Are we sticking with the
top secret.
similar feel to to what's out there?
I hear mainly on the recording.
That's what
Yeah, that's
We just want to find something that sounds like us. You know, like the
Yeah.
recordings that you hear out there are a lot of things that are some of us involved, some mostly not though. I mean, especially
Gotcha.
with John. So like now that we've really identified as who we are as a band, it's going to be a better representation of what our sound is on this next
Right.
record.
like how you said you heard our stuff and then you saw us live and it was like so different.
Yeah.
That's gonna be something you could be expecting. You know, it's kind of more that vibe you saw from us when we were live.
Gotcha. All right. Well, both vibes sound awesome. So whatever comes out, I'm looking forward to hearing it.
Kind of a fusion of both.
Yeah,
really,
we're
you
always
know?
gonna do some stuff like we've always had, but I have a feeling this is going to be a good representation of us and who we are.
Cool.
Nice. Very cool. We got one more question for you. Are you ready?
Hope so.
What is your best advice that you can give on how to stay positive in this crazy world, in these crazy times that we're living in?
Oh,
Just hold on tight.
Wow, just say a lot of silly stuff with your friends and laugh. You know, like just
Yeah, I think laughing is the key. You know,
Yeah,
stay,
Even if it's
stay
not
being
allowed to
goofy
be
and
said,
neat.
say it anyways
Just-
because it'll be funny.
just have if you can keep people close
Don't
to
take
you and
yourself
have
or
a good
anything
time.
too seriously.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't take anything too seriously.
People
Life
that-
is silly.
People that are getting too much too caught up in all this stuff, like, you know, it's just so crazy. It's like every day there's another head, like Will Smith slapped somebody. Oh my God! And like, you know, now it's the
Don't-
coronavirus.
don't-
Now it's this.
Don't
It's
watch
like,
the news.
You know, it's
Yes.
like, stressed
Best
about.
advice.
Yeah.
I always boil it down to basic survival stuff like get sleep well, eat healthy food, exercise, and meditate.
Those
Make
are
that
all-
hamburger helper.
Yeah.
yeah.
Got that healthy food in there.
Eat good and
With a
laugh
side of
a
veggies,
lot.
of course.
Smile.
Side veggies.
Right. Be in nature often. That
Yeah.
really helps bring things down to earth. Ironically, is sometimes staring off into space or like looking at a beautiful mountain or like just sort of like putting things in perspective of the whole universe and like our place in it. Like our problems aren't so big, you know.
Yeah, keep looking at Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Take care of yourself,
Exactly.
always.
Try to find Pluto if you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if you're standing out in the middle of a desert in Joshua Tree in the middle of the night looking up at the Milky Way, like you're not really gonna care that much about like this the stuff that was on your mind. I think nature is a great way to reset.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And we're out a lot too, just driving across the country and all
Stay
that. So
present. Yeah.
it's kind of nice and reflecting on stuff and just really taking it all in. We like reflect often where we're like, wow, like we're really out here doing this, you know? So that's kind of a way for us personally to like, you know, be grateful and have gratitude because it's like we're really out here doing the damn thing, you know? It's like kind of hits us every now and then.
Yeah. Well, we are so grateful to have you guys on here tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for hanging, and thank you for everyone in the chat for joining the conversation, and everyone on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for joining in. And make sure to also check us out on Spotify. We will have this archived in the future. All the episodes are archived to Spotify, so check them out there at some point.
Everyone check out the internet, like, subscribe, follow everyone,
Go to the
Yeah.
shows, buy some merch.
do all that fun stuff. And
Yeah, get a signature.
Yes.
yes. Thank you guys all for tuning in. We'll see you next time. All right.
See you next time. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.